I bought needle felting supplies off of Wish, so you don't have to. Is it any good? Let's find out. Hey, I'm Pam Duthie. I'm here to help you craft your career with creative marketing and artistic inspiration. And today I'm a bit late on that whole bandwagon of buying artist crafty stuff off of Wish and seeing if it's any good. I've watched a few videos and that, and then I thought, there won't be any needle felting stuff. Typed needle felting into Wish and was surprised that there is quite a lot of stuff come up. And one thing that caught my eye that I thought I would try was one of these needle felting kits for needle felting an animal. Now, I ordered this so long ago, the exact listing is no longer active, but I'll show you a screenshot of something similar, well, the same thing with a different name. And I'm not entirely sure if this is one order I've got or I got two shipped together. I'm sure I bought needles separately and I think they've all been shipped together from the same place. So this might be sort of a double-sized kit. I'll let you know. And it's called Wish because you wish stuff turns up, don't you? It's like I ordered it ages ago, forgot about it, it turned up. And it's been sitting around for a wee while. But here's the package that came through my door. I slid it open to make sure it was the right thing, but I have not looked at the kit. So let's have a look at the kit. I chose a monkey. I'm not entirely sure why. Let's have a look and see what we've got here. So first thing, we have one of these foam pads. I'm going to use everything I can that's in the kit to try and make what they tell us to make. So we've got a foam pad and I've got 3 needles in here. Let's have a look and oh, they are well embedded in here. That looks like a fairly coarse needle. Oh, I hate the noise of that. I break nails trying to get these things out. That looks like a fairly coarse needle. And that. So I don't know if they're just all the same. Oh, I hate that noise. Right, let's see what we've got in the kit. It looks like we've got some fibres. In the kit, it looks like we've got some fibres, browns, tans. This was a monkey kit eating a banana. It just appealed to me. So let's open her up, see what the directions are like for a beginner. So we've got a keychain, some pins, some jump rings and a couple of eyes in the bag. And colour wise we have a chestnutty brown, a kind of peach colour, yellow, pink, white, dark brown and a kind of bizarre apricot colour. And here are the instructions, which are of course not in English. So can I make something based on these instructions? I'm gonna try. Okay, this is tricky. I could do with translations, but we don't have them. So let's see if I can make a monkey based on this kit. So to start with, I'm taking the wildest guess that this chestnut colour is for the monkey. And it's showing, I think this is a body and a head. And I'm going to need to save some for legs as well. So it's saying this is about the size I want, the size that it's going to make. So we'll aim for that. So if I take off some, roll it up, that's somewhere about the right size. So about the same amount of stuff for the body, I'm guessing. Will that make a body? Maybe slightly more for the body. So it looks like there's going to be more material than I need, hopefully. Right, body, and I'm going to go a little bit more for the head. Okay, I'm nervous about these needles. I didn't see, is there much of a difference? They look about the same. And I'm not going to use the foam pad because it's a foam pad. I know these work, but I don't like them. Okay, although this needle looked very grabby, it isn't Well, you can hear it. It isn't felting quite as quickly as I thought, so I'm going to roll this a little bit tighter. I usually roll fairly loosely so that I can felt into shape, but yeah, that's better. I really miss my needle holder. And it looks like we need a sausage kind of tubular shape for the body, so I'll go with that. Okay, it looks like this really pale colour is what's going to make his face. So I'm going to take some of this, and it appears to be fluffing it up a wee bit. And right. And it's kind of a bumpy shape. Oh, it seems narrower at the top as well. Kind of bumpy shape coming out round and wide at the bottom. Let's see if we can make something similar to that. Okay, I totally... And the pictures, to be fair, the pictures are showing it better, more firmly felted than this. But I'm just kind of doing this quickly, and I will smooth it out later. But I would definitely say make the head a lot more firmly felted before you put the face on. I'm just being impatient. Okay, and then it looks like there's a little ball for where the nose is going to be. We want to make that a little more sticky outy. So I'm putting an extra little circle of felt just here for his nose area. And that looks like a little bit of orange right in the middle to make his nose. I think it's orange. Is it orange? It looks different in different pictures, but I'm going with orange. It's too late now. This is hard because the needle is so thick. And it shows a side-on view, making this bit poke out into a kind of point almost. We're just going to put the eyes in about here. Doesn't actually show you how to do it. It might tell you in the descriptions, but I can't read them, so looks like some kind of weird mole just now. But I do have to felt it a whole load firmer. And little balls for the cheeks. I'll put the cheeks in now before it's too firmly felted, so they can kind of blend a little bit. But in the picture it looks shaded with a bit of chalk, and then in this it's looking completely different. These are definitely just felted on. And that's his body. We also need 2 legs and 2 arms. These will just be tubes, so I'll try and get even amounts. I say even and then make totally non-even amounts. And then we need to make ears out of this tan, peach, whatever colour. I don't know what any of this is. So, I'm going to make some ears out of this stuff too. So the directions don't seem to explain to you how to make any of these shapes. It's just roll this up and make an ear shape and make this shape. Or rather, the pictures of the explanations. let's spend half an hour firming these up a little bit, and then we'll get back into it. Okay, I have spent a bit of time with this with my own needles, and this stuff, this fibre, actually felt like a dream. It's really lovely. I am super surprised with that. So don't use the needles that I got, whether they were part of these kit or not, I'll find out later. But with your own needles, with some decent felting needles, this stuff felts up really nicely. Right, so let's get on with putting this together. Now, I'm seeing them making the mouth and it looks like it's out of black, but I don't have any black, so I'm going to use this dark brown, because I don't actually see anywhere the dark brown's being used. That's interesting. So making a little thread. It's probably not long enough. Making a little thread all over again. Deal with the ends later. I kind of feel with the pointiness of the nose, this looks a little more like a sloth than a monkey. But let's keep going with it. So do we want high ears or low ears? The ears are kind of in line with the eyes, the top of the ears there. I made the ears far too big, they are so derpy.
And then we want to attach the body.
I'm going to use a little bit of fibre to strengthen that join. Make a little scarf out of the brown. Oh my goodness, it looks so derpy. That is actually quite cute. And absolutely nothing like what I was trying to make. Oh, I nearly forgot there's some fluff on his belly. He wants a nice nice fat belly. wow, he actually sits up. Right, he needs a tail and a banana. Now, to do a tail with a little curl in it like that, I would normally just wrap it around a pipe cleaner, because that's going to be so much easier, but they don't suggest pipe cleaners. And his banana is a white banana shape and then some yellow. Great directions, but I get what they're saying, so it is good enough directions. That is going to be so cute, actually. Now, in my mind, when a banana peels, it has 3 bits at least. 2's just not going to be enough, so I'll make a 3rd one. And that looks banana-y. Right, his massive oversized ears are annoying me, so I'm going to fix that. Make sure they're the same size. That is much better. Right, don't make massive oversized ears. Don't make massive ears. Okay, I am just going to felt all over this a little bit more. Actually, what I think I might do, I am not happy with the top of his head, so we're going to add more top of his head to the top of his head, because it's much more rounded and there's much more head. I'm going to add this, firm everything up, and then we'll be back for the final reveal. So how did he turn out? Not as cute as the kit, but actually I'm fairly happy with him. He's kind of cute. And what do I actually think of the kit? More importantly, what I'm going to say, surprisingly, I think the materials in this kit are pretty good. The fibre you get, this is what's left over after making the monkey, and I made it bigger than he's supposed to be. So there's plenty of materials. The actual fibre that you get, it's like a nice coarse roving or tops that felt beautifully. I know I say that carded bats are probably easier for beginners, and I certainly... a sculpture like this doesn't need tops. Carded bats would work a little easier, but this stuff does felt beautifully when I used my own needles. I'll check and see if the needles and the foam pad actually came as part of this kit. If they do, it's good that they gave us needles, but they're terrible needles for a beginner. They're just too stabby. So as you discovered in my video in the cards up above on how to picking different types of needles, I discovered the most stabby needle working at the smallest size actually takes longer, because it's just taking so much work to stab the needle into the piece. So I think that might frustrate beginners. So if you get a better needle, I'm using a 38 star and a 38 twist needle, and I love them perfectly at this kind of small size. I would say these are probably about a 36 needle, and it's annoying. 36 or even a 34. Again, check out that video for the different types of needles if you're confused with what I'm saying. But the materials are good. The directions, okay, it's not in English. Quite possibly if I scanned the QR code there might be some English translations, but I just wanted to go with the kit. So with the actual kit, just with what I've got in front of me, the pictures are enough to follow along. There's not directions if you're a complete brand new novice beginner. So if you've never felted before, I'd maybe watch a few videos or get a book or something just to tell you kind of how to use the needle and what you're doing. It doesn't quite show you how to join pieces and everything. But if you've done even one project before, you have enough skill to do this. The pictures are fairly clear. You get the gist of what you're going to be doing. What they make is far cuter than what I made, but I enjoyed it. I loved like making the banana. Who knew? That was good fun. What I will say on the pictures, if you have a look, I would swear that they're telling us to use the orange on the cheeks and the nose, but then it seems to be a different colour later on. I reckon the orange is an absolutely pointless colour. I would prefer to have made the cheeks in pink and then his nose in the dark brown as well. Or perhaps even if they just got rid of the orange from the kit and gave us a bit of black. But the dark brown works fine for his lips. But yeah, I think the cheeks... To be honest, don't even shade cheeks with a bit of fibre. Use a little bit of blusher, a little bit of powder blusher, or a little bit of chalk, and that works so much better. But overall, the kit was relatively well priced. There were no cons or rip-offs. It was the price it said it was going to be. It came about the time that Wish stuff comes in, several weeks, but it's not too bad. I'm gonna say it's probably far too late to buy this for Christmas, but if you want to treat yourself, then don't fear the stuff on Wish. Some of it isn't too bad. This came all the way from China as far as I can see, but good quality fibres, the directions are good, and it's a kind of cute project, so yeah, I kind of like it. Okay, that's it for today. Let's see you next time.